Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Once again, we have another ACW match today. Joined by Clueless once again for commentary. The field was South Mountain Crampton's B, I believe, B variant, so we were going across as opposed to straight up and down the hill. We had the 2nd Corps of the Union, the 21st Union Corps, and the 14th Union Corps up against Bragg's Corps, McLaw's Division, and Right Wing. I was on the Confederacy with Voiceful Moth and Chaotic Battles. Make sure to check out Clues and Chaotic's channels and the links down below. And you can see the enemies at the end because I don't want to misname them. I know Soul Talk was one of them, but it's all guys from the Discord, so I will link the Discord as well. Make sure you check it out if you're interested in the mod or in playing games with any of them. All right. Oh yeah, we dragged some cav up pretty quick. Braggs and mine both came pretty fast to try and hit them along this back ridge.
Fair enough. Did you sprint it or did you walk it? I can't tell.
No, we were walking. We just managed
to
immediately push ourselves forward. Like, cav was the first thing we moved, even before Artie. Because if you can get that little bit of separation and get ahead, because the artillery always moves ahead of the infantry, you know, because it's mounted up on wheels and horses, it always moves ahead of them. So if you can get it out in the open, you can snipe it. I think we end up failing at that objective, but we do get some damage to their cav and Artie and all that shit before we lose it.
Honestly, so overall, it looks like we've got Chaotic overloading that far left flank from your perspective, your ally perspective.
The original idea was for me to go into the town and basically just stall whoever came to the town. Bragg's Corps was going to push through the woods, and we hoped their buck and ball would absolutely, rip them to shreds in there. And then Right Wing was going to try and melee push whoever was out in this field on the far right. And we would slowly kind of collapse in around the center with the melee and buck and ball doing most of the heavy lifting, and I was just going to be a meat shield that held whoever was in the center in place. That being said, it kind of ended up weird because, as you can see by the general placement, they were a little more left shifted than we expected. One on the hill here, one just on the slope of the hill, and then they're not even extending out to the field. They're just holding the town as their far right. Artillery starts going off early.
Yeah.
Our poor howitzers. Oh yeah, Chaotic didn't bring any artillery. Again.
Yeah, I can tell that. Look how many infantry he has. If we go over, look over at Chaotic's army. Look how much infantry there is just on the mini map. Like,
the block army moving forward is great.
Yeah, it's amazing.
I could be wrong, but I think we did this on ultra-sized units or large size. I could be wrong. I think I am actually, as I'm looking at unit size. Yeah, that's a 4-gun with 36. Yeah, no, this is medium size. We might have done ultra or large funds, which is why he had so many units, and which is why 14th Corps comes out with some chevrons on their units.
Yeah.
I can't remember for sure, but it is medium size. Funds were medium or large. Look at all those chevrons, though.
Yeah. That's horrible.
They did manage to take out Bragg's cav over here, but they held them up, and I came in on the rear and charged them and took their cav out.
So you basically traded, and his cav came back over there. So that's
no. Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think.
Though.
Oh yeah, no, that cav is.
No,
that
they
cav's
even
completely
came
gone.
back. No, his. I saw it on the thing, Olympia. His cav came back and then broke instantly.
Oh, for like a millisecond.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those poor cavalrymen, they got slaughtered. That was brutal. That one guy still running off after him. Wait, don't leave me. Now, this is something I don't like. Okay, immediately, what's your opinion on this position and formation?
Avoid that clump of chevrons.
Yeah, we could
Artillery
smash the
from
shit
the
out of it
island.
with artillery. And I'm also wondering why they didn't move this clump through the woods right here.
Yeah.
That would have provided them so much more time to get up close without being revealed. It also would have given them cover from artillery. It just seemed like a weird decision to have so much of a clump out here in the open right here when it's such a good wooded path all the way to us. Like, if you're going to use the mountain, you know?
Indeed. But anyways, it's their fault. I think they were moving out to try to form up their army by then. So.
Yeah, now they do seem to be spreading out to try and form. Yeah, they end up taking out my cavalry with most of the arty because they start shooting all of their artillery like up and over the hill at them.
Don't blame them. Cavalry's quite deadly in this ACW mod. The old
against artillery especially, yeah. The old one where they were all like 50-man units, yeah, they weren't really that deadly. But when they have 150, 200, 300 men, they can wreck some artillery emplacements.
Indeed.
These cannons actually ended up being pretty great because a lot of their shots were just kind of like this end of it kind of sails into the mountain, but this end does actually sail over, and they can't really hit it effectively from over there.
Yeah, so you've got quite the luck of that. Yeah.
And it's so much so that they almost immediately bring these batteries up to try and elevate them so they can shoot over.
That's quite funny. Yeah, you guys seem to be trying to overload that left flank, but there's no player, that's the issue.
Chaotic basically told his troops to go all the way over here, then did not, just went AFK. His wife got home, he had to go help with the baby and everything, he ran all the way over here.
Man, he's helping his wife rather than playing the video game.
I know, right? Totally fine, but we didn't even realize that because he didn't say anything or anything like that. He just was not talking for a few minutes, and then all of a sudden he comes back and he's like, oh, hey, look, everything's coming to view. And we were like, yeah, where were you? It's like, oh, I was off. Okay.
That's funny.
It's actually, I think, right about when he gets to this forest when he comes back, and then we're like, yeah, all three armies are over here, and he just starts, like, hard shifting this way.
Yeah. Also, if he I don't even know if his army is visible to them yet.
I don't know.
If his army is invisible.
It is mostly visible. Well, no, it looks like only the far right flank of it is visible.
A unit has grown weary, sir.
The rest of it is hidden still.
Yeah, they kind of encircled themselves by clumping up on this hill though already.
They made it through. They made it through one. I think they were literally, they're literally exhausted already and shaken. So I think it takes them a while to get any kills. If I remember correctly, they only managed to take out one battery, but then due to everything else, they go.
Yeah, that's just unlucky.
Of course, we do have all this time to just bombard this whole area of just clumped up men and arty.
Yeah. Again, you've got an entire army that will be arriving late, they're clumped up, so you just shoot them to death. It's the perfect position, actually.
There we go, got one.
Routed, sir.
Yeah, that's always good though. The Union has better artillery, so.
Yeah, taking any kind of arty out as the Confederacy is just huge because if you just leave it to arty, you're probably going to lose. But if you can get some with skirmishers or cavalry or something, that's a huge help. And of course, anytime they don't have 10th Corps and you don't have to worry about guns being all the way in their spawn point, it's even better.
Yeah. Let's get some cinematic shots of that artillery firing down. God, look how cool it looks like. The minimap. The minimap actually makes the armies look larger. Like, I love looking at the minimap, and you realize how many troops are actually in that position, rather than when you look at them on the ground. It's really cool.
Oh, that was a bat. I always forget that it goes
That's
with.
a cool one. Nah, that's cool. Zoom in on that like that. Look at that. So army marching, your game flickering as you do it.
Yeah, the game does not seem to like all of the people in this screenshot right here.
Oh my god, look at the volleys though.
I
They're
know.
in range. Fire them down.
Game does not like this. A solid 10 FPS. Love to see it.
Huh.
You man's rocking a 3080. This should not be a problem.
Mate, your computer's not liking this. It's trying to like say, get rid of the men.
I know, it's
Get
really
rid of
sitting
some
over
of
here
them.
like, hey, could you hurry up and commit mass genocide already?
Honestly, don't blame it. To be fair, look at it. Tons of Americans.
Look at all those Americans about to brutally murder each other. Ooh, that artillery shot, whatever it was.
Artillery, canister, doesn't matter.
It's all the same thing. It goes boom in their face and they end up dead. Oh my god, 14th Corps shooting. Oh my god, oh. It was brutal, chaotic, and I have to push up this hill.
Right, they're already in a curve though, so you've already got that.
They are.
curve.
We're halfway to the L. It's usually the Confederate L, but you know, this time it will be the Union L.
Yeah. God, this mod just looks beautiful. It really
Right.
does look amazing.
I love these volleys. I mean, the lines, all the men ready and standing and waiting. I will say this center right here of this shit that he did right here, maxing out all of the United States regiments, the 15th, 18th, and 19th. That was a brilliant move because holy shit, are they damn near impossible. Oh, and he also did it with the 18th and the 16th as well as the 21st.
I don't think he had artillery that player though.
All of his melee regiments and his repeater rifles, he upped them to max.
That's a smart play.
They were absolutely brutal. And he does have arties still. He still has at least one 4-gun 3-inch battery, and I think his was the other one that I killed. So he had 2 4-gun 3-inch batteries on top of all these troops with chevrons and shit, which makes me think we are on large funds, but because if I remember correctly, we tried to do large and ultra right before this, but Voiceful Moth's computer did not like it, so we did medium and large.
Yeah. Well, fun. It's always fun to see new funds. Often the funds and unit sizes is always on medium.
Yeah.
Optimizing everyone's performance.
Yeah, both for performance optimization as well as I believe the mod balance is currently built around those settings. But I also know that supposedly the new update is going to have 30 slot max, just like NTW 3. Sorry, NTW 3 the mod.
Yeah.
And so that'll be larger armies, and due to that, I believe the amount of gold that you have at start will probably go up. Large may become the normal, or they may up what medium funds is.
God.
Now, it's kind of a stalemate here / not going great there, but over here, holy shit, does the buck and ball have success. He starts ripping through these brigades over here. Already got this running for the hills. I don't know why he had artillery up that far, but it's running.
It
This
looked like it
RD
was-
emplacement
it
was
I think he
genius.
had it up there.
This was
that's a good
genius.
spot.
He placed it right behind all of these, aiming downhill, and he shoots it straight into us this whole time we have to push up the hill. And holy shit, does it brutalize us. Well,
Hang on,
actually,
you're
we
making
thought
a-
it did, but at the same time, when he checked the stats after the game, I think he said that they only had like a total of like 300 or 400 kills, which is still a good amount, but that's only like, you know, 1 or 2 regiments total, depending on their size.
Yeah.
So, we kind of thought they were doing more insane damage than they were. That being said, we did lose a lot of regiments just to breaking off of charging at them, just due to exhaustion and fear.
Again, it looks like Chaotic Side's gonna come in. Like 20th Corps having to shift their troop. They're already committed to the fight.
20th
And they're
Corps
already
had a
struggling.
weird fight because they did originally come like I think they were like in the rear and they were trying to decide which side they were going to go to
Yeah, look, they
help.
got troops on the
And
left
they
and
ended
the
up
right. They're
they
overloaded
ended up
both.
having to split and going both sides. I'm not sure if that was originally planned, but it seems more like they were the reserve force and were supposed to choose which side to go to, and they ended up seeing that they had to go to both. So they do
Yeah,
get
well,
split.
it's kind of like you guys are already doing what everyone does. You're already flipping the map around, kind of. Look. Oh,
Yeah,
there's
the
something
map is
earlier,
already basically turning into the A variant, where we're going up the hill. The only change is basically the fact that we got Artie on the other hill, and we managed to basically break in here. Ah, see?
Sir, I fear your general is in mortal peril, sir.
Great charge.
Charge to break off his front line here.
14th Corps ain't the best at melee, though, as well. That's the thing.
Yeah, that's why I pointed out the fact that it's specifically like outside of the 21st Ohio, which is just those repeater rifles, which obviously makes sense. All the corps that the regiments he buffed were the melee specific regiments of the 14th. So he buffed the ones that would help him counter any kind of Confederate charge. That being said, if you avoid them, you can take out all the other members first.
Yeah, it seems like he's got one unit holding you guys up in that melee, though. That unit's on such low morale. How isn't it broken yet? You seeing this, Olympia? How many men left in that unit?
235 here. And
holding out
yeah,
really
they're
well.
outnumbered significantly. I think the reason he had success here is because, yeah, these guys were already tired from their last melee. And so, yeah. He holds out for a minute, but superior stats and numbers.
You're cutting a hole in them. Look, that's have to readjust. It's like actually keeps it off.
Yeah. This whole thing, they've ended up like in a star position almost. It's weird.
Actually, yeah, I can see that. I see it. It's kind of funny. Yeah, and Kieran just continues to overload them.
And see, now he's gonna overload them with like a 3-line mass melee charge.
Hey, yo, this is stacking in melee. That's against the rules.
No. Lobbing is against the rules. You can charge more than one regiment into each other. Taking insane amounts of fire coming up that hill, and the artillery fire just crashing around them.
Kind of funny.
If Chaotic didn't think he had to go quickly, I would have had him like wrap around their rear more and just like, you know, we would have circled them in basically. But because he thought he had to go and right wing has great melee, we were just like, fuck it, just go. Just do as much damage as you can.
Well, it seems like he did a good amount. I will say this just looks amazing. The stacking of double lines, chaotic. Does chaotic win now? I think you guys win by looking at this so far. This looks like a win for you guys already. Just by the fact that they're already outnumbered on that flank against chaotic. Like I know they're breaking units, but like he's really just getting battered.
They got those good melee units that are chevron to hell over there.
Yeah. But then also you've got he's the right wing. He's literally built for melee.
It is, yeah. And also exhaustion will catch you no matter how chevrons you are eventually.
Yeah. Sounds of the crackles.
I know, look at that. That 15th US got 8. That 19th US is about to go down. They broke his first line back, but when the second line hit, it started going his way.
It's ridiculous. Oh yeah, I see the first line that broke. But yeah, look, his Shepherd unit's already gone.
Yeah.
They weren't that. But 14th Pros, I think 14th's core weaknesses. I think they have really bad morale. I don't know fully, but it's my conclusion from it. Oh, look at those lines as well as they pulled back.
They don't have great morale in a lot of stats, but the biggest issue is really just the actual lack of melee stats.
Look at those bodies to the left though as well, like the far left, like there where he's pulling back his infantry. It's like, let's go along this line, Olympia, along the body fight as well, and let's go see this whole field of their bodies. Man, forward, man, you're going the wrong way.
Yes. Oh my god. They've got the next line up here walking up into place to try and shoot them down because they know this one isn't going to hold.
Yeah, he's trying to pull, but he can't pull.
No, he knows at this point if he tries to pull, he'll just lose them and get him from getting hit in the rear.
Yeah, look at these body cells.
And he tried to pull out the 21st Ohio at the last second because that would have been a huge loss for him. And
Yeah,
they do actually get caught in the rear a little bit. Look at that, 421 men. That's an insane size.
How many dead though? Like 200?
Over 100 already, like 130. Yeah.
Oh, the artillery fire!
I know.
The lines.
I told you. The artillery fire downhill right there was brutal.
That hit his own men more than yours though.
I think it does a couple of times, yeah. He kind of claps his own lines once or
Oh,
twice.
his formation here is like causing crossfire. If you see, like, as he retreats as well, you see all the scat bodies
Yeah.
as well, as they're pulling back. Like, it's ridiculous. It's really good. You guys are breaking him. This was a win for you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can tell.
While
their right's even breaking.
while the hardest like grouping of fighting was happening over here, and this didn't really move forward or back much, this was a crazy fight over here too.
They just sat there and shoot. Yeah. No, I'm seeing a lot of melee. Scratch that.
Yeah, there was a melee fight, and then both sides end up kind of like pulling back from the melee at some point because I think Bragg was winning, but they didn't have enough of an advantage to actually like push through. So once 21st and 2nd started backing up here, they had to hold off and shoot again. Yeah, so you can see their left side there falling back. They were doing better when they were just shooting the bucking ball in the forest. Their melee stats are good, but those bucking ball are just... Oh, and these are all units still.
Yeah,
and I think these were all bucking ball units.
That fallback's quite smart. If he's breaking, it's best to pull back rather than like fully breaking and allowing them to curve in on your winning flank.
He's holding them there for any reinforcements and trying to re-angle. I'm pushing troops, trying to reform and everything after that mass charge. I actually ended up being able to keep most of my regiments in that first charge. Like, I don't think any of my regiments actually broke in the... Like, I think a couple of them broke, but none of them stayed broken. They all came back. Chaotic over here pushing in this melee. Refusing to give in. Does not stop moving uphill. But at the same time, that artillery is starting to get more and more effective on him as he gets closer and enemy numbers are thinning out. They're getting less friendly fire, more direct hits on him. Ooh, they just shot through 2 of their own lines. Look at the fields, the bodies on the side of this hill in this field here. That's crazy. All these melees, they are just absolute burial mounds, basically. Running his general back and forth across. Alright.
And it's just a mass route. He's Hillside's also sending in his general. That's quite good as well.
Yeah.
Support him when he pushes that
He's got
artillery.
this artillery position he's trying to push right here. Paris and howitzers.
I would like let the artillery die, but shoot the general.
Your men have been routed, sir.
But yeah, look, they're gonna get overrun now. This position's gone. This is where it's done.
At this point, we were pretty sure we had won. We still had most of our army non-routed. Most of his even came back. Even his like really dumb regiments came back. He managed them really well. And then I pushed a little bit of them.
Power on the time though, it's not over. It's nowhere near done.
No. I did try to push a secondary melee line. I broke a little bit, had some mild success, but I also lost 2. I think I broke 3, lost 2. I lost 3. Even trades. I think at this point, 14th was just trying to buy as much time as possible for his better units to try and form back up with 2nd Corps, which is why he threw a couple of them into me in melee.
Yeah, they have full morale there. No, not full morale, but they have chevrons, so they're gonna hold for a while.
For at least a second,
this clusterfuck of dead bodies as well.
I know. This entire hillside, man. Like, just...
It's really cool seeing the ones where they've also had to try retreat.
Push down the howitzers. There's a regiment that came out of the woods here. Or I guess came back from here.
Yeah, it's just not
and
like
the 10-pound parrot guys are just like, let's stand over here for a while.
Proceed to get shot. This thing just looks so good, man. Oh my god, why? Create assembly,
right?
Why? Create a new fresh musket game with like redone graphics and everything.
Right?
Like, this looks beautiful enough.
I know, it already looks good, but, like, look, they could do this so much better. Oh my god!
Yeah, like the
Rip
animations,
headphone
they
users.
could create so many more, like, movie-type animations and everything. Fix it up, make it better. Like, it doesn't even have to be Napoleon.
No.
Even though it could be...
Any, like, musket-style game. Line fire game.
Even the British Civil War. Well, that's a cool one to do. Like the Royalists and the Republicans. Is it? I don't know. I don't know that. The British Civil War is the one that I actually know the least about. I'm British.
Oops.
A unit has grown weary, sir.
Yeah, but you guys haven't completed in a V. Victory for you guys.
It's the Victory V and the Confederate L. These are the
Honestly,
two formations that let you know what's going to
You
happen.
can see too, yeah. The Union L and the Confederate V. Bro, those artillery are getting as many kills in before they die.
Oh, they are.
However, there's a lot of men in front of them. They're shooting their own men.
They do brutalize a lot of their own regiments in the retreat. I'm not even going to lie. They kill a lot of them.
Yeah, it's only friendly fire. They're expendable. It's a video game.
Yes. Mass volley before the charge. Boom. Perfect counter charge. Probably the best one I've ever done.
Yeah.
Ah, damn it, that 18th United States is back. They are brutal.
Yeah, but again, there's nothing they can do. They're formed up. They're like
This
over
21st
a run.
Ohio is like almost half strength now.
You're pretty rested as well because Chaotic's those lines.
Well, I never stopped using a multi-line system like this whole push. Like, it's very disorganized right now, but I still had multiple lines of people like either firing or not firing. Like, these guys over here are resting to get back morale. I put these guys to just rest because they had just come back, so they needed to recover. Like, every time someone would get down to like tired, I would swap in the people that weren't shooting. And so that kept accurate and constant fire on them. And then Chaotic was just the melee aspect. While I was shooting them down, he was charging the other side.
Yeah, and again, they don't have enough line to come up now. Like, you guys are overrunning them, you're outnumbering them.
Yeah. In fact, I think probably they put too many troops over here initially. I think because they pulled back. They did pull back some. And they brought them back over here. Like, these 21st guys, they brought back over here. But, yeah, you're right. By that time, we're already most of the way up the hill. They have nothing in front of them to stop us. These guys are still trying to form up, and we're right at their doorstep. Yeah, like, the cannon is right here. But they're losing them quickly. And at this point, our arty is just shooting on top of this area right now, just brutalizing their last stand here.
Yeah.
Well, I guess at this point, my arty, because that's all the arty we had. Oh, no, there is one other. Ah, Bragg had one left. Those howitzers.
I'm surprised they didn't target the howitzers.
Well, they were kind of trying to slow down this insane push over here with the infantry. Though I will say, I kind of agree with you on that, because I think if they had taken out our artillery and not taken, because this breaks actually because of my artillery smacking it. That's what finally broke this one here.
You sure? Are you sure you actually helped? Are you sure you helped for once?
LMAO. Fuck you. No, yeah,
Olympia's
that
getting mocked by a child, imagine.
That one actually was, that did end up getting broken by our artillery, and this one has taken huge casualties, and he hasn't actually gotten into like really solid firing range. He's still walking these guys. Like, most of the casualties on this is from our artillery long term. Like that there, the 6 men they just lost real quick. That was from us. And I mean, if they had taken out our artillery early game, then those cannons could have kept shooting this charge, and we did have to kind of push them out. Because Chaotic was going to have to go if this turned into a long-standing affair. So
yeah, you can see Chaotic's morale dropping, and
yeah,
he's starting to waver. He's exhausted, but
he was starting to shout at me at this point, saying that we needed to push harder because he was basically done. He said that he had basically nothing left and wasn't going to be able to
look
push
at the
anymore.
time, though. Look at the time. Like, Jesus, the enemy lasted a lot longer. How much longer is in that timer? Or is that like the whole hour timer?
Yeah, I believe it's the whole hour timer. It's 25.5 minutes.
Yeah, you wouldn't think they'd last 25.5 minutes, would you?
No, not from this point. You would think that it would be kind of basically over. Like, they seem to be on death's door. Like, I mean, all this routing going on in here. This is all they have left here.
Again, when they've reformed lines and they've reformed,
This is the biggest like issue we have still, is how deep second is still stacked here. But he's right in their face with all the Alabama, so all the buck and ball. Oh, and then the second Texas, so that's fun. I think this Crescent Regiment is solid, but it's, you know, they also just have a lot of really big units in Bragg's Corps. And Second Corps isn't, able to really match up to them, which is surprising because usually Union does swamp them, Confederates and men.
Yeah, well, again, the thing is, right, Union's tired, and they're tired as well.
And they're in a constant pullback, so they're getting shot in the back and everything. They're having to pull uphill and through these stumps, so it's a slow pull.
Okay, everything's just going to break for them, you know? They're not going to do well. They're done. It's over for them, basically. However, they're going to fight till the end and try and retreat.
Broke that.
Again, no one quit. It's not over yet. If they manage to cause you guys a mass rout, miraculously cause a mass rout in
This was where they needed to cause a mass rout, but Bragg just pushed in and immediately, yeah.
Your men have been routed, sir.
And then boom, boom, boom. Their entire front line, all 5 regiments dissolved all at once. I mean, they had these guys over here, but this whole wooded front line is just gone.
Yep.
And then these guys are surrounded by me and Bragg. The last of 14th, this 21st Corps is trying to hold out.
There's one more.
21st and these 2nd Corps guys that came over to help this side. They did a pretty solid job.
Flank,
exactly. They stabilized
the
it.
left flank then broke. The left flank then broke.
Because of the troops that had to be pulled over here to stabilize the right, the left couldn't hold up long term.
They outnumbered your left flank.
Like, once he pushed this fresh bucking ball right into their face and unloaded 2 or 3 volleys, they just melted. It was insane. I remember him talking about, like, look at it. Even their back line that was fresh almost immediately melts against those bucking balls. Not the 7th Mississippi. Alabama. Sweet home Alabama.
Thank God we're not from Alabama.
Right?
I'm British and you're Texan.
Ah.
British you or whatever, but anyway. Look at this hill though, you can see where every
all the bodies, like every single time that our lines were formed, their lines were formed. The mass melee charges where they like circle out a bit and round off. Oh my god. And it's like all the way through the stumps too. Like just constant bodies all the way through. It's insane. I love how chaotic a few minutes before this I told you he was shouting in our ears telling us about how, oh, I'm done, I'm dead, I have nothing left. And then like half of his army's back now. I'm like, dude, shut up.
Yeah.
Like, you got like 8 regiments there. Calm down. 9, whatever that is. 8 in a general, something like that. I don't know, there's... Look, even more.
I love Waterloo though, when like, not Waterloo. ACW, when all of the bodies are just scattered there and all the bodies are around. And you can look over it and see all the like after effects of the battle.
Like in these woods here, like all these got crushed over here. All these regiments and groups. These guys broken and retreating. Yeah, like this entire left flank, and it's funny because just a minute or two ago I said this was like the biggest worry left for us. It was their strongest point. They were double stacked. They were still in solid condition, and then almost immediately they stepped forward, the good units for the situation, and it just melted. That melee charge broke the entire front line, and then at this point, just sheer numbers and casualties taken is just set in.
Yeah.
Pushing off this last little bit here. They're trying to hold, but I think at the end they actually have like 2 generals over here, or all 3 generals over here trying to hold the last few troops up.
Yeah. Well,
I was so impressed with this battle. It was a crazy battle. It was a great one. It was a lot of fun. I am pretty sure we had the units, the funds on large, which is why there was a bunch of Chevron units that you saw right at the start. But I could be wrong about that. It could have just been their particular builds. So, you know. That being said, though, this was so great to me because this was one of the hardest pushes I've ever seen accomplished. It's shitty terrain. We pushed through open field, uphill, across stumps that slow your speed into melee, and we managed to push through them. Bragg did an amazing job holding this many men over here for so long, and then as soon as we broke this side, he pushed through in melee and broke that side. I mean, it was great. Honestly, this was one of the better victories I've been a part of. It was an amazing battle.
It was. I really loved it. I find it really funny. Yeah, and I do think the timer does not represent how much longer there is. 'Cause it's over. There's no way you fight for another 10 minutes unless the whole.
No,
army
I mean
comes back.
that says we have another 19 minutes, but there's 5 units left, you know. We got like just a little bit of resistance trying to throw itself in, and they take out a couple more units on their way out. I think the 21st Ohio actually ended up using all their ammo here at the end, which is why he melee charged them. And because of their chevrons, they actually had some decent success, but you know, they are not built for melee. Chasing down the last units in the woods. Started having some friendly fire on the artillery. Oh wait, no, he still had one back here. Okay, I forgot about this entirely. Wow. I feel like this didn't do as much as they might have hoped it would have.
That's a lot of dirt tracks if you see for that left cannon. Do you see how it's hit the dirt repetitively? Or is that just hit its own men? Is that like a cavalry that's killed? Oh, cav.
Yeah. Yeah, the last mass melee charge is happening right here, breaking these units. 14th Ohio is holding their ground, trying valiantly, but, you know. So yeah, that's more or less it. It was an absolutely brutal battle up the hill across difficult terrain. I think overall, one of the biggest things that helped us is they did unfortunately have a couple of instances of friendly fire with cannons, like a decent number on this hillside where they hit their own guys to the back. And I think the other big thing is just that for the terrain that we ended up fighting on, our guys were just better suited for it. We were better suited for the close quarters.
You guys out into the position where they could do well. Olympia. They literally allowed you guys to fight in the spot where you guys could do the best.
Yeah, like I said at the beginning, Clue and I were kind of talking about what this video was and what the battle was, and I told him that I thought if they brought us out into this more, if they brought us out into the open field more, 14th Corps especially could have absolutely shredded us. Like, I'm probably the only one who could have matched them in and I wouldn't even have matched them, I don't think. I mean, McLaws is good shooters, but I think even I would have lost, mostly because of numbers, those repeaters, things like that. But I'm the only one that would have been able to like shoot with them in the field. It would have been my job, and I think I would have gotten slaughtered if I had done that. So this ended up working out really, really well for us. We just got to fight in the best possible terrain for us. We got to push right into their face and use our buck and ball and superior melee stats, and that was basically what happened.
Yep, and Confederates always win. Well, I think that's the end. Thanks for watching, guys, really.
Yep. I appreciate everybody coming by. Like I said, make sure to check the description down below for all the links. Clue's channel, Chaotic's channel, as well as the Discords and all of that. All right, and there we go. That's it. The final little melee engagement on this artillery. So like I said, we had Boyceful Moth, Chaotic, and myself on the Confederate side. As for the Union, we'll see those members here. Just 1 second.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Your sass is not appreciated. Yeah, here we go. See, I mentioned Second Corps just did not have the numbers to compete. I actually was kind of dumbfounded because we managed to bring more men basically across the board. I was not sure how we did that. They did have more artillery, but considering how many times they ended up hitting themselves in the back, I think that caused more issues long term than it helped. So yeah, there you go. Blue, thanks for coming along as always. I appreciate it.
No problem.
It was a lot of fun chatting this over with you, reviewing it, shit talking, and
That's
having
always
you
a fun
mock
fight, isn't
me
it?
for my stupid choices.
Actually, someone's got to do it. All right.
All right, I will catch y'all next time. As always, peace.